Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Take a moment to prepare yourself. Find a position that feels comfortable and supported. Let your body settle, allowing yourself to be fully here, open, present, and ready to receive what this session has for you. This session is called the Empty the Room. And I want to be clear about what that means and what it doesn't mean. This is not about becoming someone new. It is not about fixing what's broken, adding more to your life, or pushing your way into a better version of yourself. This is not about something simpler, and in many ways, something more profound than all of that. This is about creating space. Because here's what I've noticed, and maybe you've noticed it too. Most of us aren't struggling because we need more. We're struggling because we're carrying too much. We're carrying old stories about who we are, expectations that were handed to us before we were old enough to question them. Versions of ourselves that served the purpose once, but have been asking to be released for a long time now. Today, we make room. That's the only intention I'm inviting you to hold. Not transformation, not healing, not becoming. Just this. I am making room. So let's begin. We're gonna start by giving your system something simple to follow. 5 rounds of coherent breathing, 5 seconds in, 5 seconds out. Nothing more than that. Your body already knows how to do this. Just follow the breath. Let's begin. And we inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more. Inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last round, and inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Your body has already begun to respond. That's not a metaphor. That's your nervous system doing what it knows how to do when you give it permission. You're already arriving. Now gently begin to turn your attention inward. Not to fix anything, not to evaluate what you find, just to notice. Begin to notice the places where you're holding tension, the tightness in your shoulders, the way your jaw might be clenched just slightly, the subtle grip somewhere in your chest or in your belly or the back of your neck. Not because anything's wrong, but because your body has been carrying things. Responsibilities is never asked to hold. Expectations it has been managing quietly for years. Decisions that haven't been made yet, still weighing on it. Conversations it keeps rehearsing. Old versions of you is still trying to protect. And just notice. You don't need to do anything with what you find. For the next several minutes, you don't need to carry any of it. You're allowed to put it down. Let your body soften a little more with each exhale. Not forced, not performed, just a natural release that happens when you stop bracing against yourself. I want you to imagine a room. It doesn't need to look like anything specific. Just let an image come. A room, a space, 4 walls and some light filtering in. This room is yours. It represents your inner world, the space where you live inside yourself, the place beneath all the doing, all the performing, all the showing up. At first glance, it looks normal, familiar, maybe even fine. But as you begin to look around, you start to notice how much has accumulated here. It's not dramatic, nothing is broken, there's no emergency. It's just full. In one corner, you notice a stack of boxes. The labels are faded, but you can still read them. Old stories about what you're capable of. The version of yourself from 10 years ago still taking up space. Expectations handed down from family. Some of them so old you forgot they weren't yours. The need to prove yourself, sitting quietly, waiting to be acknowledged. Fear of being seen, and underneath it, the even older fear of not being seen at all. A weight that arrived so gradually, you stopped noticing you were carrying it. You notice how much space all of this takes up. Not just the room itself, but your energy. The quiet background hum of maintaining all of it, knowing it's there, navigating around it. You've been working around a cluttered room for so long, you started to think that just what rooms look like. But you're here now, and you can see it clearly. And seeing it clearly is the first act of release. Now, something begins to shift in you. Not urgency, not force, something quieter. A readiness, a recognition. You begin one by one to remove what no longer belongs here. You don't need to fight any of it. You don't need to analyze every piece, understand where it came from, or have a conversation with it before you let it go. You can simply pick it up and recognize this is complete. This doesn't belong in the next version of this space. Some of these things served you. Genuinely, they were useful ones. They protected you, kept you safe, helped you navigate things that were hard. You don't need to be angry at them. You don't need to pretend they were always wrong. You can simply say, thank you, and I'm done now. You don't need permission to release what is complete. You don't need to earn the right to let go. You don't need to have suffered enough, changed enough, understood enough. You are allowed to put things down simply because you're ready to. The old story about what you're worth, you can set it down. The version of yourself that needed to shrink in certain rooms, you can let her rest now. The habit of carrying other people's emotions as your responsibility, you can release that too. The need for approval before you act, down. The belief that you have to earn your own softness, down. And take your time here. There's no rush. Let your body guide you. If you feel a loosening somewhere in your shoulders, in your chest, in your throat, let that be the signal. Something is releasing. You don't need to name it. Now Look around the room again. Notice the difference. The room is quiet now, spacious, open, clear. Nothing is demanding your attention. Nothing is pulling at your energy. There is no noise to manage, no weight to navigate around. There is simply space. Space to listen, space to breathe, space to choose. Stay here for a moment. You don't need to fill this space with anything right now. You don't need to rush towards the next thing, the next intention, the next version of your life. This emptiness is not absence. It is possibility before it has a shape. It is what becomes available when you stop living around what you've outgrown. Just breathe here, in this open room, in this quiet space inside yourself. Let yourself feel what it's like to not be full of things that aren't yours. As we begin to close this session, I want to offer you something. You don't need to become someone else. You don't need to force your way forward or figure out the next 10 steps or arrive somewhere different than where you are. You don't need to carry every lesson, every expectation, every old version of yourself into wherever you're going next. Sometimes the next chapter begins not with adding more, but with making space for it. And today, you've done exactly that. Something has shifted in you in this session, not because I told you who to be, but because you gave yourself room to stop being what you've been carrying. And that's not a small thing. As you begin to come back, start to feel the weight of your body again. The ground beneath you, your hands, your breath. Slowly, gently, let the room around you come back into focus. Take a deeper breath when you're ready. Let it move all the way through you. And when you open your eyes, I want you to notice one thing. Not how much you've changed, not whether you feel different enough. Just this. You can breathe again. that's where it begins. Welcome back.